crying. Out of Abraham, who did the Lord say, tell Abraham who the chosen people would be? Yes, the Jews. Right. Which come out of whose seed? Oh, okay, good. Very good. So,
look not every man on his own things, but every man also on the things of others.
Right, see? Don't look on which you possess or the talents that you have, see? But look on what other men have and try to uplift them with their talents. Understand? Because that's how you come on one accord. So whatever talent you don't have, there's somebody that has the talent that is needed in the situation. Understand? And that's how the Most High deal with us. See? The Most High deal with you according to your talent. So if the Most High needs somebody that can orate and speak and prophesy, he's right there. But if the Most High needs somebody that's priestly, he's right there. If we need somebody that has a spirit of healing and so forth, it's right there. Because you didn't have that. You don't have everything. You don't have 100% truth. The Most High got a whole nation that has his spirit in them. A whole nation of men. See? So that's how we gotta look. Look on the things of others. And who had their hand up? Okay. No, I thought somebody had their hand up. Okay, go ahead, Op.
Verse 5. Let this mind be in you.
Let it be in you. Go ahead.
Which was also in Yahushua.
See, it was in Yahushua. Okay, but that's good right there. So let that be in you. It also was in Yahushua. And Yahushua did what? He gave the disciples what? He gave the disciples spiritual power. He didn't have to. He gave it, you know what I'm saying? He gave them spiritual power to uplift them. Understand? So that they can take part in the works like him. And it does say, go ahead, now read the 6. It does say what?
Verse 6. Who, being in the form of Yahweh, thought it not robbery to be equal with Yahweh.
He thought it not robbery to be equal with Yahweh. Yahushua. See? But go ahead.
Verse 7. But made himself of no reputation, and took upon him the form of a servant, and was made in the likeness of men.
Right. Go ahead.
And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself, and became obedient unto death, even the death of the cross.
Right. See, that's Yahushua. See? And the scriptures also said that we do have the mind of Yahushua. See? We can attain to that level. We're not on that level now. No way. We're not on that level now. But it says, Yahushua thought it not robbery to be equal to the Most High. But it says that we, like disciples, we have the mind to attain that level of Yahushua. But we're not on that level now. Understand? But you wanna attain to that level. You want to fight to get to that level. That's what this is about. See? There is an example. Yahushua is the example. See? And we're all fighting to get on that level. But if you don't have love of brotherhood, you're not on that level, period. Go ahead and get two more. That's it. Romans 13 and 8. And then you're going to get one in the Apocrypha Tobit 4:13. But Romans 13 and 8 first. Yeah. Romans 13 and 8. Yeah.
Romans chapter 13, verse 8. Owe no man anything, but to love one another. For he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law.
Right, see? Remember the Spirit showed us that? How do you fulfill the commandment? You got to love one another. So what is it saying? If you don't love one another, you haven't fulfilled the commandment. And I know a lot of brothers out here are staunch on the law. The law, the law, the law. See? But have no brotherly love. So you haven't fulfilled the commandment then. See? You haven't fulfilled it. You got to remember that. Go ahead,
Verse 9. For this, thou shalt not commit adultery. Thou shalt not kill. Thou shalt not steal. Thou shalt not bear false witness. Thou shalt not covet. And if there be any other commandment, it is briefly comprehended in this saying, namely, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Right. So why is all the law truncated in that one commandment? because loving thy neighbor is everything. See? Because you're gonna when you show love to a brother, you're not gonna commit adultery against him. You're not gonna rob him. You're not gonna be covetous against him. Do you understand? You're not gonna break the civil laws against him or the moral laws. Understand? So it's all truncated in that one commandment. Understand? Go ahead, Al.
Love worketh no ill to his neighbor.
See? Because there's no ill to your neighbor. See? If you love him. See? So therefore, the jealousy and the envy and the strife and the confusion and the hatred and all those things is included in that. That's showing ill to your neighbor, to your brother, when you do that. See? And so when you bear a grudge and bring up something that happened, 13 years ago or 10 years ago or a year ago, that's showing ill to your neighbor. Well, especially if a Day of Atonement go by. If a Day of Atonement go by, you're not supposed to bring it up. Because you're supposed to, with the Day of Atonement, wipe that slate clean, right? And you're atoning for all of your sins before that. Now, why are we bringing all of that stuff? Well, you did this to me, remember? That's wicked as hell. See? That's wicked as hell, see? Well, you did it to me back then. See? It's not going to work. Then you're not going nowhere. It stops everything in its tracks. All the progress is stopped in its tracks when you do that. Because you just entered what? The world of Satan. As soon as you did that, Satan right there came. That's what I wanted to hear. A brother hate another brother, that's what I want. Come on, brother, keep it going. What else? Keep it going, brother. See? And then Satan starts feeding you all that madness. That's madness. You're supposed to let it go. Go ahead, read 10 again.
Verse 10. Love worketh no ill to his neighbor. Therefore, love is the fulfilling of the law.
Right. So don't tell me you do everything. If you don't have that, you're not fulfilling the law. That's the top law of Israel. Love thy brother. Loving the Most High in Yahushua, the Mashiach, and then love thy brother as thyself. That's it. You fulfill the whole law once you do that. And there's over 600 and some odd laws in the Bible. You fulfilled every last one of them once you love your brother. How about that? See? How about that? See? Don't tell me you do all other laws and you offend in one thing and not loving your brother. Most I said what? Then you haven't kept the commandment. Period. The Most High charges you with breaking all the law when you break that one. About that. See? Because you thought you were going to get away. See? Well, at least I'm not this, at least I'm not that. Yeah, but you did that? You hated your brother? See? You were jealous, you were envious, and so forth? Well, then all other laws mean nothing. See? You understand? So we got to remember that. Now, get that one in Tobit 4 and 13, and that's the last one.
It's Apocrypha.
Yeah, tell me where you're at.
It's Apocrypha, Tobit, chapter 3, verse 14.
Is it 3? No, 4.
4.
Chapter 4, verse 13.
Salah. Chapter 4, verse 13.
No, give me a minute to get it. Okay, go ahead, read on.
Tobit, chapter 4, verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
Right, see, love thy brethren, my son, and don't despise in thine heart. See? Because a lot of this envy and jealousy and hatred and stuff comes from where? Inside of you.
Right.
Comes from inside of you. See? And, you know, even the scriptures tell you about a brother who hides everything inside of him. Most I call it exquisite subtlety. It's in the Apocrypha. That a brother can make it seem like he's doing everything right, but inside, he's really evil and wicked. And most I would even tell you there's some brothers that will even, they're so evil and wicked, they won't even sin. How about that? They won't even sin. But eventually they're going to be revealed, but they won't even sin. But inside they have all this envy, hatred, jealousy. They're wicked, see? Until the time of their showing forth that, yeah, that brother's been wicked all this time. See? The Most High call it an exquisite, because he's hiding it, you know what I'm saying? Exquisite subtlety. See? And that's in the Apocrypha. So that's why it said, read that one more time, that part.
And despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
See, despise not in thy heart. Your heart represents your mind. See? So you got a lot of men in their mind and saying, I hate that brother. See? I despise that brother. That brother think he know everything. That brother says that, and so forth. Yeah? Until the day that he can't contain it, then it shows. Then it shows. Because the Most High will always show it. Because the Most High know what you're thinking. So if you don't stop thinking and you've been like that for, you know, a long period of time, the Most High say it's time to reveal this brother. See? And the Most High will show it. Go ahead, huh?
The sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking...
read the beginning again.
Verse 13. Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren.
Love thy brethren. Go ahead.
And despise not in thy heart thy brethren.
And don't despise in your mind thy brethren. Go ahead.
The sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them.
Okay. Okay, so that's it. This was showing that Tobit, the Most High wanted Tobit to take a wife of his own people, not of another nation. Not sleeping with white women and all that madness. See? But that's wicked as hell. So, so this was concerning brotherhood, this class, all right? And that's what we got to start. So when do you start, Yeshayala?
Now.
Yeah, you start now. That's when you start showing brothers, start exemplifying brotherhood. You got to start now. You know, go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, there's a scripture in the Apocrypha.
Go ahead.
By Sean to read. It's in Ecclesiasticus 23.
Go ahead.
But the main verse is the 15th verse. But I want you to read here from the whole chapter is go from the first verse because it starts off. Read the first verse, and then we'll check what verse to jump to.
Okay.
All right? Yeah, Ecclesiasticus 23 and 1.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 1. O Yahweh, Father and Governor of all my whole life, leave me not to their counsels, and let me not fall by them.
Right. It's by the counsel of your own wicked mind, your own thoughts, and your own lust. All right? Read on.
Verse 2. Who will set scourges over my thoughts?
Right. Who's going to set scourges over your thoughts? You have to do it.
Right.
You have to control and discipline
yourself.
All right?
Correct.
Read on.
And the discipline of wisdom over my heart.
See? And the discipline of wisdom over your heart.
Over your heart.
All right?
Good point.
Read on.
And so your heart is your mind. You got to have discipline, man. That's what the Spirit was showing us before, right? Discipline that mind and that spirit of yours. See? Right? Because you can control it. You can control it. You may think, well, Satan got in me. No, Satan didn't get in you. That was you. He just tempted you, but that was you. So you can control it. See? Where you may say that you're about to hate a brother, despise a brother, but you can control that and stop it in its tracks. See? Go ahead.
That they spared me not for my ignorances, and it passed not by my sins.
You don't want to pass by your sins.
Right.
All right. Read on.
Verse 3. Lest my ignorances increase.
See, lest your ignorances increases. You increase in your ignorance.
Right.
All right. Read on.
And my sins abound to my destruction.
See, and your sins are bound to your destruction.
So destruction is imminent if you continue increasing sins and holding on to jealousy, envy, and all that stuff. See? Go ahead,
Read on.
And I fall before my adversaries, and my enemy rejoice over me, whose hope is far from thy mercy. Verse 4. O Yahweh, Father and Yahweh in power of my life, give me not a proud look.
Right. And we don't want that. We don't want a proud look. None of us. Nobody. That's one thing. None of us don't want to have a proud look.
Proud look. Right.
All right. Read on.
But turn away from thy servants always a haughty mind.
Right. A haughty mind. We don't want to have that. All right. Read on.
Verse 5. Turn away from me vain hopes and concupiscence.
And concupiscence. That's a strong sexual desire.
Right.
All right. And brothers that can Tahan them had it for white women.
Right. Headed for white woman.
Yeah.
That's strong lust
for white women.
For white woman.
All right.
That's wickedness, man. Come on, man. And you teaching that? See? That's wicked as hell. Go ahead,
And thou shalt hold him up that is desirous always to serve thee. Verse 6. Let not the greediness of the belly nor lust of the flesh take hold of me.
Right. Lasciviousness.
Lasciviousness.
And concupiscence. All right. Read on.
And give not over me thy servant into an impudent mind.
Right. Impudent mind. You know what's an impudent mind? That word impudent means folly, stupid.
Folly, yeah.
A dumb, ignorant mind. All right. Read on.
Verse 7. Hear, O ye children, the discipline of the mouth. He that keepeth it shall never be taken in his lips.
Right. Discipline your mouth. Right. Your tongue. So, and that comes from what? Disciplining your spirit. See? You can't let your tongue just say any old thing. Cursing people, using curse words. Like, you know, like it don't mean nothing. Picture Yahweh Shai using the F word for, you know what I'm saying? And all these old curse words. Yahweh Shai didn't teach like that.
Well, could you imagine you stand before Yahweh Shai to get your crown? You, mother F,
Mother F,
that's how you going to disrespect your king?
Right.
I don't think you're going to do that when Yahweh Shai are up on the scene.
No.
You're going to try to keep your mouth shut. You can come up your mouth, mother F like this. I don't think you can roll like that when he rolls up.
No.
You know,
yeah, go ahead.
You think about that in verse 3 when it says, and I fall before my adversary, and my enemy rejoice over me.
Satan win every
when
time.
You think, because when they see this on YouTube, they understand.
Yeah.
They're looking at us like
right.
They're rejoicing over it.
They're rejoicing.
They fall from that. Oh, yeah, we happy.
We got
that
it.
That, you know what I'm saying? Because we're fighting among ourselves.
We got them divided. Right. We got them arguing amongst one another.
Yeah, they're rejoicing over it.
They're rejoicing over it. Yeah. How about that? Very good. Go ahead.
Verse 8. The sinner shall be left in his foolishness. Both the evil speaker and the proud shall fall thereby. Verse 9. Accustom not thy mouth to swearing.
Right, and that swearing is not just swearing by taking the Most High name to Swearing goes into many categories too.
Yeah, it does.
All right, it goes into foul language, abusive language. All right, it could also go on when you swearing and using the Most High name against brothers and different stuff.
Right.
So it has many meanings too.
Right.
That word swearing. All right.
Right.
Read on.
Okay, go ahead.
Neither use thyself to the naming of the Holy One.
Right, using the Most High name in vain.
Right.
All right. Read on.
For as a servant that is continually beaten shall not be without a blue mark, so he that sweareth and nameth Yahweh continually shall not be faultless. Verse 11. A man that uses much swearing shall be filled with iniquity.
See? I mean, that's constantly cursing and swearing all the time. That's his vocabulary. 24/7.
Right, and everybody knows that's like your GMS out there. I mean, that constant cursing and swearing is really a sin unto him. See? Now, you may think you're teaching the Most High's word, but the Most High, that's not wholesome communication. See? You want wholesome communication. What prophet did that? There's no prophet that you read about did that. The examples are here. Remember? Yahweh Shai was an example. He was an example for us. No prophet cursed like that, man. I mean, all that swearing and cursing and that old foul, degrading language. And you're going to try to attract people like that and build a nation like that? That doesn't make any sense. Jeremiah didn't do that. You don't read that. Ezekiel, Isaiah, all the prophets. Moses didn't do that. See? So that's madness. And so that's where, like the scripture says, they have to be corrected. And it has to be shown that what they're doing out there now is wrong. See? That's not Yahweh Shai. They're not in the spirit of Yahweh Shai.
The apostles didn't teach like
Apostles didn't teach like that. That's not in the spirit. Okay? Go ahead up.
And the plague shall never depart from his house.
Read that verse again. Read it from the top again.
Verse 11. A man that useth much swearing shall be filled with iniquity, and the plague shall never depart from his house. If he shall offend, his sin shall be upon him. And if he acknowledge not his sin, he maketh a double offense.
So if you don't acknowledge what he's doing is wrong, he's bringing a double offense upon him, and not only him, but all the members and men that's with him.
That's with him, right? So that's why correcting a man is important. See, let's go back to the love of brothers. See, you have to show that. Look, this man got to be corrected. Somebody has to say, look, what you're doing is wrong. It's not what the Most High want. See? Now he has a chance to do what? Repent. See? But if he don't repent for his sin, then the Most High is saying
double offense.
Double offense. Understand? But somebody has to enlighten him and say what you're doing is wrong. If nobody's doing that, see? Then it's like, well, there's no love of brotherhood there. See? So here's the correction to GMS. That the Most High is against the swearing, against the cursing, against the foul language.
And he's going to get into it. He's going to get on and
okay, go ahead. Read on.
And if he swear in vain, he shall not be innocent, but his house shall be full of calamity.
Not just his personal house, but his house that he's bringing amongst different camps too.
Right. Isn't that something? Go ahead. Most of that.
Verse 12. There is a word that is clothed about with death. Yahweh grant that it be not found in the heritage of Jacob. For all such things shall be far from the godly, and they shall not wallow in their sins. Verse 13. Use not thy mouth to interpret swearing, for therein is the word of sin.
See that? All right. Read on.
Verse 14. Remember thy father and thy mother, when thou sittest among great men. Be not forgetful before them, and so thou by thy custom become a fool. And wish that thou hadst not been born, and curse the day of thy nativity.
Now the 15th verse is the main verse over all things.
Right.
Read that.
Verse 15. The man that is accustomed to obrios. I said it right?
Opprobrious.
Opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life.
Wow.
Now let's give you the definition
of opprobrious.
Read the definition of opprobrious. All right? It says of language. All right? Expressing opprobrium. Now these are the synonyms of this word.
Okay.
Abusive. Vituperative. Derogatory. Disparaging. Denigratory. Pejorative.
Denigrative.
Yeah. Deprecatory. Insulting. Offensive. Defamatory. Vitriolic. Libelous. venomous,
okay.
scornful,
Wow, okay.
contemptuous, and derisive.
Wow,
That's the
derisive.
meaning for opprobrious.
Right.
So now, these are characters of Tahar and these
Tahar, GMS, right.
That's the character.
Right.
That's these words describing right there.
And read that last one, opprobrious again.
Ecclesiastes chapter 23, verse 15. The man that is accustomed to opprobrious words will never be reformed all the days of his life.
So they're not going to be reformed because they don't want to change from it.
They don't want to change.
They say it's nothing wrong with it. They said Paul used rude speech. But when they said Paul used rude speech, it didn't say he used those
No,
words.
he didn't use those words.
And even Peter, the only time that Peter cursed is when they asked him a question. Not when he was
speaking to people. Right.
You understand? So you can't justify this to say it's all right to use these words.
Unbelievable, man.
So if somebody is not following what the scriptures say, or they do not according to their own lust, and what they want to do.
And read this one, Shania, James 3 and 5. Just got to add that to it, since we're on that.
The book of James, chapter 3, verse 5. Even so the tongue is a little member and boasteth great things. Behold, how great a matter a little fire kindleth.
Right. The tongue itself boasted great things. 100% truth, all this type of stuff. And then at the same time, you're saying you have 100% truth, you cursing people out. See? Using swearing words.
It's good he cursed Esau, but when he cursed girls in the truth.
Right.
Yeah, that's one thing. That's another thing. You understand? And you just curse him because you want to do it.
Just want to do it.
Right. But read the 16th verse in that chapter 2 when you finish out in James 2.
Okay, go ahead.
6.
Yeah, go ahead.
Verse 6. And the tongue is a fire, a world of iniquity. So is the tongue among our members, that it defiles the whole body.
Defiles the whole body.
The whole body.
How about that, huh? So you out there teaching the word, but you're defiled if you don't watch your tongue or what you say. Isn't that something? See, go ahead, huh?
And setteth on fire the course of nature.
Right. Because, you know, with your tongue, if it's unruly, you could offend a man. And then when you offend a man in your words, now he's ready to fight. See? Especially a brother. And that's what GMS is doing out there. You know? Your wife is a witch. Your wife is this and that. Come on!
Your son's African, very African.
Yeah, your son's a Hamite. All this type of stuff.
That's what they call themselves, GMS?
Yeah. Calling women bitches and hoes and on a continual basis. How wish I didn't do that? And then what the problem is, they group all of us the same. When people see them, they see, and then when they see us, you know, they say, well, them Israelites curse too much. That's not us. That's GMS. Don't group us with GMS. We don't want to be a part of that madness. You know what I'm saying?
It defile the whole body.
Right. Defiles the whole body.
And then the first thing that somebody sees, you claim you're a prophet, and the first thing they see you is using foul language.
Right.
That's not a good. That's not a good label.
No.
When you see as a prophet, you're supposed to see as a man that's bringing truth, righteousness, not foul language like that.
And light. And you know what I'm saying? You want a prophet who enlighten people, and you don't do it with that kind of language. You just lost them right there. Right. That's why they don't get no. Do you ever see people who stand before them? Except for maybe one or two men that like that cursing. See? But nobody with no true knowledge or seeking knowledge is going to stand before that. Go ahead, up.
And setteth on fire the course of nature, and it is set on fire of hell.
Yeah, hell, that about that. The nature of hell. See? Go ahead.
Verse 7. For every kind of beast, and of birds, and of serpents, and of things in the sea is tamed, and have been tamed of mankind. But the tongue can no man tame.
Yeah. No man can tame the tongue. So, yeah, no man can tame the tongue, but so you have to do it yourself. Your own tongue, you got to discipline your own spirit and what you say. You got to do it. Nobody else can do that for you. See? And if you get too out of hand, well, what's going to happen? Yahweh Shai got to stop you. You got to be put to death. So you got to be stopped. See? Go ahead, up.
It is an unruly evil.
Unruly evil. So So yeah, so here's the correction, and this is for GMS too. Your tongue is unruly. Your cursing and swearing is unruly evil. The Most High is saying it. Okay, go ahead, up.
Full of deadly poisons.
Poison.
Like I said here, venomous.
Venomous, yeah.
Opprobrious word.
Same
venomous.
thing, right. See how Most High back up his own word? It's same thing. Go ahead, up.
Therewith bless we Yahweh, even the Father, and therewith curse we men, which are made after the similitude of Yahweh.
Okay, that's it on that. What do you say, go Ben?
And it's the 23rd chapter, the 16th verse.
Yeah.
It was
In Ecclesiasticus.
Ecclesiasticus.
23 and
Okay,
16.
go ahead,
You
read
read
that.
15, I'll read 16.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 23 verse 16. Two sorts of men multiply sin, and the third will bring wrath. A hot mind is as a burning fire.
A hot mind, out of control.
Out of control.
Furious.
Yeah.
Ready to fight.
Yeah.
Hot-tempered.
Yeah.
You know?
Hostile.
Hostile.
Right.
You know? Read on.
It will never be quenched till it be consumed.
Wow, the Most High, Yahweh Shai got to put them to death. That's the consumption, right? Death is the consumption. That's how it's going to be stopped. Go ahead.
A fornicator in the body of his flesh.
Ooh, a whole mother love white woman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Chasing white woman.
Yeah. Another thing, name a prophet that went around sleeping with white women like that, like they're talking about. Okay? Or talking about rape. Rape is not in the Bible. Where the Most High commanded Israel to do that.
Right.
The Most High didn't do that. He didn't tell the prophets, go out there and teach my word and you can rape. But Tahar is wrong with that too. He got everybody confronting him about that. Man, how can you say that? Are you going to rape my daughter too? See? So that's madness. And these people are asking him this. And he's trying to prove that the Bible. You can't prove that thing out the Bible. Even where the Most High said, if a man find a damsel and force her, he must do what? Compel her to be his wife.
You gotta pay the father.
He gotta pay the father certain shekels of silver. But it didn't say just rape and leave it and go.
That's just wicked.
See? That's wicked as hell.
Then I heard another saying, you could just get your nail polish. Get a white woman, get your nail polish.
Yeah, that's wicked.
What prophet did that? When I get his nail polish, when he got the urge.
Right.
You understand?
That's wicked as hell. You don't do that, man. None of the prophets did that. Did Moses do that? No. Okay? And none of these prophets that you read about that went out with other nations women. Once they came into the word and enlightened by the Most High and ordained to be a prophet, they stopped all that madness. See? And okay, if they go with Hosea, who the Most High told to get a prostitute, but what did he do? He married her.
And she was an Israelite.
And she was Israelite. She wasn't a white woman. So they're defiled. They defile themselves by doing that. But you see how that old unruly tongue has brought them down to a different level now? See? The whole body's defiled now. Just by the unruly tongue. They didn't start off like that. They didn't start off with white women. But because their tongue, you know what I'm saying?
And their lust.
And their lust.
Concupiscence.
And then it just blossomed into all this wickedness. See? And so now, we're grouped in with that. See? So that's why that madness has to be stopped. See? Because it's confusion. Where you got the house of David who's not teaching like that, and then you got GMS who is. And the people out there look at Israel as, well, those are Israelites.
That's what their leaders taught them.
Yeah, that's what the leaders taught them. That's wicked. And what can you say to somebody? Are you part of that? You know, what can you say? Well, no, I'm not part of it, but are they Israelites too? Yes, they're Israelites, but I mean, that's madness. That's why they got to be stopped. But see, the Most High's word is manifest. See, it's manifest. It'll come to pass. And you see there's prophets that are not really prophets. See, they're teaching their own bellies, what they want. Go ahead, Up.
Yeah, read again from the top here.
Verse 16. 2 sorts of men multiply sin, and the third will bring wrath. A hot mind is as a burning fire. It will never be quenched till it be consumed. A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he has kindled a fire.
And it's let you know, it's a fornicator in the flesh. Because a fornicator could be many things. It could be one that worship idols. It could be a lot of things. But it also means one that's a whoremonger in his flesh.
In his flesh.
All right? Especially if you're chasing after a white woman. That's like the garbage, the dump.
The dump.
The sewer.
And lusting after. You know? Oh, come on, man. See, even, yeah, the black woman got her issues now, but the whole nation do. So instead of trying to uplift and enlighten them on how to become better woman, you know what I'm saying, more righteous woman, see, they're not doing that. They're just cursing them out and calling them all sorts of names. That's not uplifting your people. See? So they got to pay for that. There is a payment for that, yeah.
It's over the Twitter and the Facebook. I had people down south that tell me about that. And I'm like, and I found myself like, well, yeah, you got different sets that's doing that.
Yeah.
You know, that's not everybody.
That's not everybody, right.
And I told him, I said, the Most High will manifest those that is true.
Right.
And He's going to make examples of it.
He's going to make examples of it. Very good. So with that, Akim, Yahweh Basham Shah, brother. All right.